hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. It is Monday, what is it even? The 6th of October. The season is, well, basically at a halt due to international break. So I thought, why not have a relaxing, chill stream where we basically talk about, well, we're going to try and talk about the best players in the league per position. We're gonna talk per position. Basically, top 3 best players per position, starting with goalkeeper, continuing obviously with the defenders, right backs, left backs, everything. We're gonna talk about all that. Obviously, today I don't expect anyone to be here. Big up to Coach. I see you live. I see you being in the chat. Big up to you. But obviously, football, the Premier League is not happening. So basically, nothing much to talk about unless you genuinely enjoy football. You love football as much as some of us. So hopefully everyone's feeling well. If you haven't already, smash the like button. Subscribe if you are new around here, of course. And yeah, let me know your rankings in the chat as well as we go along. Obviously, as we talked about, football is on a bit of a halt. Let's just put it that way. It's a relaxing time. It's a chill time. So I thought, why not basically sway away from Arsenal, not from Premier League, but from Arsenal in general, from just talking about Arsenal and stuff like that, and let's just dive straight into something different. Different type of stream, basically, whilst ranking, obviously, the top 3 players per position in the Premier League. Big up, Coach. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Hope Monday is treating you well. Big up, Anfield the Red. Big up. Unfortunate loss to Chelsea for you all. Obviously, kind of cannot complain because we are above you lot, but obviously still 31 games to go. So I'm not getting too excited. Obviously, it's very nice change based on the previous international break when we went behind you guys. Now we are in before you. So definitely very, very, very interesting. And obviously, what we're going to do, we're going to kick things off with goalkeepers, of course. Now, the question is, can I actually pull this off properly? Because I need kind of a website where I can pull multiple players in specific positions, which I kind of cannot do, unfortunately. So it is what it is. We're just going to talk from top of our heads. Let's just put it that way. And I think there is nothing too much into it. We're just going to sit here. We're just going to talk. And I think we're going to dive straight into all of this. We're definitely going to dive straight into all of this. And we're going to kick things off with goalkeepers. And obviously afterwards, right? I'm going to write all the positions down. I'm going to write everything down. And at the end of the stream, we will have 3 separate starting 11s we can put out, right? And then we're going to see them on the screen, how they look, obviously. So we're going to do the best, like top 3 for every position, and then we're going to have starting 11s at the end. So let's see, goalkeepers. Let's see what you're saying in the chat in terms of goalkeepers, right? Let's see. Coach is saying Raya, Pope, and Pickford on form. I definitely believe that if Pickford is on form, definitely is there is shout for that. And about Pope, it's a 50-50, definitely. Raya kind of has to be in it because he has got 2 golden gloves back-to-back years, best defense in the league. Obviously, lots of shouts to Arsenal defense in general, but yeah, Raya, I think, has to be in there. Anfield the Red is saying that Raya, Alisson, and who is the third goalkeeper? Who is Roofs? Who is the third goalkeeper in this equation? Roofs. Who is that? Like, seriously, who is that even? Oh, the Sunderland goalkeeper, Robin Roofs. Okay, I see. Had to Google it for a second just to figure stuff out. That's how much I actually have paid attention. Yeah, Sunderland's number 1 keeper. Yeah, exactly. So what we are saying in this, actually, yeah. So goalkeeping, definitely. I think definitely for goalkeeping, I will go for Alisson and David Raya. I think those 2 are a given, right? I think the third one is up for grabs in those terms because there are lots of goalkeepers that are doing some brilliant job at the moment. As Anfield the Red is mentioning, Riffs, obviously Sunderland's number 1 goalkeeper. You could put a shout for some other goalkeepers. The thing is about all of this, if for example Aston Villa was not struggling, right, you could put Martinez in the mix. Obviously, see, coach is also saying Pope, the Newcastle goalkeeper, who definitely has to be there against Arsenal. He made some brilliant saves in general. He has kept Newcastle and also in so many games in already this season, given that Newcastle look very shaky. It's very hard to look past them. Let's just look at it that way. If we look at the table in general, right? Vicario, maybe you could put an argument for Vicario. Donnarumma for Man City. Now that is the biggest debate for me. Donnarumma for Man City, because he hasn't done much at Man City. Let's be real. He hasn't done a lot for Man City. So in Premier League overall, it's very hard to judge because he has done nothing. If we would look at an overall thing, right, then definitely Alisson, Donnarumma, and as well there would be someone else. Most likely Emi Martinez would also go into that equation if we look overall. But yeah, that for me is yeah, exactly. It is a tricky call, exactly, for the third spot, definitely, because for me, top two teams in the league, Arsenal and Liverpool, two goalkeepers that keep them in games many times. I would definitely argue that they should be in there. The third spot is kind of up for grabs. Definitely kind of up for grabs. And yeah, like, obviously, what we are talking about here, Donnarumma, Roofs, maybe Vicario could be put to that test as well. It would be Raya plus Alisson and Pope, Pickford, or Roofs. I don't think Donnarumma or Vicario has done enough. And that is the biggest thing. Vicario could be in there solely because, well, he won Europa League with Spurs, to be honest. So maybe you can, but that is not in Premier League. So that is, again, different story. But overall, if we look at Spurs playing Premier League, you kind of could maybe put that into the argument. So, yeah, I'll take him on reputation because we said best players, not most informed. So Donnarumma, exactly. And that is the biggest thing. Like, if we go point by point instantly, it has to be Donnarumma, right? At the same time, Donnarumma has done nothing in Premier League. That is the other issue for me. He has done nothing in Premier League. Raya as well. Raya should not then be in there because he has done nothing for Arsenal besides keeping some clean sheets, right? So that is the tricky one for me. For me, I don't think I can put in if we look based solely on merits, yes, Donnarumma gets in there. Champions League, treble last year without shadow of a doubt. Now has gone to City. Maybe he's going to push them up to win something. Definitely there could be an argument for that. But for me, like, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to make a bit of a judgment call, but that I don't know if people will agree with me on this. But the third person I'm going in for goal is going to be Pickford. Like, exactly, like Anfield already saying. For me, it kind of is a bit between Pickford and Pope. Pope has done quite a bit for Newcastle, definitely. Like, in those terms. So I think I'm going to go with Pickford as well. I think I'm kind of swaying in terms of Pickford, definitely in that regard. But at the end, when you create the three separate teams, best three players, exactly, and that is the biggest issue in those terms. But for me personally, I think you have to take some Premier League legacy into it. And Donnarumma has none of that. Vicario also doesn't have too much of that. You could argue David Raya solely based on that has more legacy solely because of 2 Golden Gloves and best defense in the league 2 years on the trot. Let's just put it that way. So technically you can put that. Alisson goes without saying. But if we are looking at those terms, it is a bit tricky. Like, it's going to be up for debate without shadow of a doubt. It's going to be up for a debate. Big up PW. Big up PW. Let's skip center backs. Saliba, Gabriel, and Guardiol. Wait. We need 6 center backs. You realize that, right? 6 center backs. 6 center backs. And then I'd say Martinez on legacy. Exactly. But it's going to be a tricky one. I don't know, like Pickford or for me, it's Pickford or Pope. One or the other, personally. Well, yeah, we're going to build 3 starting 11s. Hence, we have 3 players per position. 3 right-sided center backs, 3 left-sided center backs. You have 2 center back positions. Like, at the end of the stream, we're going to have 3 teams. 3 starting 11s In 4-3-3, most likely formation, let's be real. But you have 2 center backs per team, obviously, in those terms. Yeah, but Donnarumma has done nothing in Premier League. Hence why I kind of am very reluctant to put him in. If we look just basically on goalkeeping and goalkeeper ability, yeah, Donnarumma gets in there without shadow of a doubt. Then for me, David Raya technically should not be in there, arguably, because Demi Martinez has done more as a goalkeeper in general, because he has won stuff with Argentina being the World Cup winner and everything. So it's very hard to put like the specific, how to say this, specific criteria for every single player. Can't leave Donnarumma if I'm picking the best keepers. Yeah, I get it. You know what? I have to do it. Coach has convinced me. It has to be Donnarumma. Definitely. Now, we're going to go to right backs. We're going to go to right backs, 3 right backs. And I'm not going to lie, for me, the right backs, yeah, I have that down. I have that down for sure. I have that down at the moment, definitely. Now, if we move to right backs specifically, wait, let me do this already. I'm already gonna make 3 tabs of the teams I want to build, and yeah, then we're gonna go from there. Obviously, I need to do already 3 teams, so I do not forget. Let's just put it that way. 2 duplicates, right? I need 3 duplicates. 4-3-3, 4-3-3, duplicate, and 4-3-3. For me, before people put it all in the chat, right? I'm gonna say 3 best right backs in the league, arguably. Timber, Reece James, and Pedro Porro, arguably. Maybe Pedro Porro. I would say those 3. Maybe you could put an argument as well for Livramento, potentially. And Ola Aina, but he mostly plays as left back as well. So it's a bit of an interesting one in those terms. Right? A bit of an interesting one in those terms. Let's just put it that way. How are you feeling about the right back position? Like in that regard, how are you feeling about the right back spot? Timber was like dude, like it's been 3-4 games. Like, calm down. Seriously, 3-4 games. Calm down. Yeah, Munoz is another one. I'm very tempted and I'm open for discussion in this situation specifically, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, he has done quite well for Crystal Palace under Glasner. The thing is, he's more of a right wing back, isn't he? And obviously, you can put him in the argument, but definitely, I don't know. He has screwed me over in FPL quite heavily, so I have a bit of an agenda against him. I'm just gonna put it out. But in the last 2 games, he has scored. I'm not putting Frimpong in there with no chance in hell. No chance in hell Frimpong gets into that top 3 right backs in the league. Frimpong is not it. Because, definitely for me. Yeah, Munoz, that's the thing. For the first 3 game weeks, I had Munoz in my FPL, and he did genuinely F all. I took him out, I put Timber in, Timber does the job, and Munoz all of a sudden starts firing. Like, it's insane. I would definitely maybe think about Timber, James, and Munoz. But the question for you all is, do you envision, for example, Livramento as a right back or as a left back? Because Livramento as well, for me, Pedro Porro as well into that equation should be also maybe mentioned. I'm just going in the top of my mind in all of the players, like thinking about this. Leeds United. Definitely not Newcastle, Sunderland. Timber, Munoz, James, 100%. Their pick was a guess. Not many great right backs since Tete is injured. Yeah, Pedro Porro, that for me as well. So people say that Livramento is overrated. You could argue that, because I think for Livramento, you need a specific tactic how to play to make him look good, right? It's kind of similar, like for example, Wan-Bissaka, right? If he could do the attacking job, let's just say on a better level, he would be one of the best right backs in the league. But he can defend one-on-one. He's fantastic. He can defend as well. Going forwards, he's quite suspect in those terms. So that's why I'm not, for example, putting Wan-Bissaka in that equation. I agree with Coach. Porro, Timber, and Munoz. Yeah, okay. Okay. I see we have a bit of an agreement on this. Dan Burn keeps him. Yeah, true. That is as well. But again, is it that because he's better, or is it just because he's due to tactics? Let's just put it that way. Just due to tactics. Let's just talk about this way. Is it due to tactics, how Eddie Howe wants to play, or is it because Munoz? Okay, let's move to left backs. Left backs in the league. And this could be a bit of a struggle, I'm not gonna lie. Left backs. Now I'm going through teams. Kind of have to put in there Cucurella. I'm gonna put in there Cucurella. Right? Cucurella. Now, more left backs. Like that is another. Cucurella. More left backs. Like the left back position is such a jammy and rough place for when you are in this position in Premier League. It's actually kind of nuts. Would you classify Guardiol as a left back or as a center back? Because that also will depend afterwards on center back positions. Robertson, Calafiori, and Cucurella. As an Arsenal fan, I cannot put in Calafiori because he was injured quite a bit last year. And Miles Lewis Skelly, who has never played left back in his life, pretty much, let's be real, because he's a 6 or an 8, depends how you look at it, kept him out of the team for almost all the season. And Calafiori has had decent start of the season going forwards. Defensively, he's very suspect. So I cannot put in. I genuinely cannot put in Calafiori with as an Arsenal fan, unfortunately. Robinson from Fulham, that is a massive shout. Definitely, that is a massive shout. While talking on Bukayo, 100 goals, give me 3 players reached at that age. Nobody cares. Seriously, nobody cares. If you don't win, nobody cares. It's great for the personal achievements, but nobody cares. In those terms, if we put also legacy into equation, you have to put Robertson in this, definitely. He's been good for 6 games. Relax. It's been 6 games. It's not like he's been good for a season and a half. Last season, Miles Lewis Skelly kept him on the bench. Like, you cannot do it like that as well. And defensively, Calafiori is as useful as a wet paper bag. Like, let's be real. For me, it's like Cucurella is 1. Who are the other 2? There is Mitchell, Robinson, Ola Aina is there as well. Again, Guardiol. Does he count as a left back or is he a center back? It also quite depends because where he plays predominantly for Man City also affects lots of things personally. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, Destiny Udogi also should be in the oh my god. The fact that we have 3 spots. Guardiola is a center back. Okay, let's go. Let's just put it like. Wait. I'm gonna check where Guardiola predominantly plays. How many games he has played as a left back and how many games he has played as a center back for Man City overall. Well, he played 33 games last year as a left back. 33 games. And most of the game, like, it's yeah, Guardiol. Like, for me, the thing is, I don't want to leave Guardiola out of the team because there are so many good center backs in the league, actually, that it's gonna be a rough pick. Let's just put it that way. It's definitely gonna be a rough pick. But I'm not against Robertson and Udogi as well. I'm not against Robertson and Udogi as well. Definitely not against those. Definitely not against those if you're all for it. Let's just put it that way. Definitely not against those. Robertson. The thing is, if you look at Robertson right now, it's nowhere near. If we look at Robertson under Klopp, it's a different story, obviously. Guardiola, Robertson, and Cucurella. Cucurella, Guardiola. For me, the Robertson one is a bit of an interesting one in those terms, personally. Well, yeah, that's the thing. If we take into account the legacy, right, you have to put him in there, definitely. You have to put him in here. You kind of cannot do that. So, Cucurella, Guardiola. But Robertson at the moment, is he good, bad? Guardiola, Cucurella, Kerkez was good. Yeah, Kerkez was good last season. This season, yeah, he definitely needs to step up for Liverpool. That goes without saying. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, Kerkez was cooking at Bournemouth. Do we put in Kerkez just solely because of the Bournemouth situation and everything as well? Yeah, but I also am looking for a situation that could he be in the team right now? Like, that also goes because Raya, Allison, Donnarumma, they can play right now. Simba, Porro, Munoz as well, Cucurella, Guardiola, they all play right now. And there's a reason why Robertson holds the bench and stuff like this. Like, that for me is the other thing. Yeah, Calafiori has been playing well for 6 games only. Yeah, exactly. And only offensively as well, not defensively. Defensively, he's been awful. Like, that is also the case. So, I don't know. It's a rough one. I'm going to write it down in terms of we have 4 of those, right? And we're going to decide afterwards. We're definitely going to decide afterwards when push comes to shove, right? Kerkez or Robertson. We might do that. We definitely might do that. I'm gonna underline them both. We have 2 players in right now. We have the third one under the question mark. We're gonna look at it afterwards, I think. Now, the center back spot. This center back spot. Who are we putting at center back? Gabriel, I assume. Saliba. Have to be Van Dijk in there. He has 3 yellows in 7 games. He's 2 yellows away. He's always out of position. Gabriel has to clean up his mess, so I'm definitely not going to put him in defensively. He's been shocking defensively. Always caught out of position. Big up Fusion is not jazz. Big up. Yeah, Gabriel, Saliba, Van Dijk. Afterwards, are we putting in someone like Gehi, for example? Gehi, Murillo from Nottingham Forest. Who else is there? Who else we can look at? Are we putting Van de Ven or Romero, for example? Are we putting any of those in? Let's just put it that way. Are we putting any of those in? I have never gotten a red playing football. Doesn't mean I'm good defensively. Like I'm gonna sit here. I'm not gonna concede to this argument. We can only agree to disagree. We can only agree to disagree that Calafiori is good or bad defensively. For me, he's bad defensively. Big up Godfrey. Big up Godfrey. Love the profile picture as well. Big up. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Gabriel Saliba. I'm gonna put Gehi. Are we putting in someone like Van de Ven? Van de Ven, Romero, Murillo from Nottingham Forest. CPW is saying Murillo from Nottingham Forest as well. You are comparing one of the greatest defenders in our latest generation to Calafiori. No chance in hell. I have them. I have Gabriel Saliba, Van Dijk, and Gehi. I'm gonna put in Van Dijk no matter what. Because people can say he's awful, he's bad, he's shit, and all this stuff, but you cannot deny what Van Dijk has done. Even this season, he's been one of the, maybe in the last few games, he's been definitely shocking. Let's just put it that way. But overall, he's been one of the most biggest pillar stones for you. Let's just put it that way. Are we putting Van de Ven in this equation? Murillo? Who else is there? Van de Ven, Murillo, Romero from Spurs. Everton, Sunderland, United, Newfoundland, Valley Forest. Yeah, there was still. It's 6. 3 times 2 is 6. What math are you getting taught in school? How can you build 3 starting 11s with 3 center backs? Hello, people, math, easy. First grade math, people. 3 teams. 3 teams. You cannot put 3 goalkeepers into one team as well. That's why we have 3. Basically, we are ranking top 3 players per position in Premier League, currently and overall in recent times. And at the end of the stream, we're gonna build 3 starting 11s from those top 3s, and we're gonna see how they look. So let's hear 3 center backs. So Anfield is saying Diaz, Saliba, Gabriel, Gehi, Romero, and Senesi. Interesting. So no Murillo. You are not putting Murillo from Nottingham Forest in. For me, Ruben Diaz without Kyle Walker is a liability to the maximum extent. I cannot take Ruben Diaz kind of seriously without Kyle Walker next to him. That is the other thing I need to talk about. People may disagree with this, but yeah, Ruben Diaz without Kyle Walker is absolutely a different player and not in a good way. That pace and physicality that Kyle Walker possessed definitely bailed Kyle Walker out in the first place, and also didn't put him. Well, he hasn't been in the league for 2 years, so it's kind of a bit different in those terms. Saliba, Gabriel, Van Dijk, Botman, Van de Ven, and Gehi. So we are saying Van de Ven. Interesting. Murillo? Anyone taking for Murillo? Anyone advocating for him as well? Maguire, the relax. Anfield, relax. Maguire. Senesi as well. I can see Senesi. Definitely can see Senesi. I will. Okay, Godfrey. Okay. So let's see. One of the starting 11s, right? looks hella sus, and like it's actually insane, right? Let's just put it there. Van de Ven. Okay. Number sixes, people. Number sixes. CDMs. What we're saying for CDMs. Rodri, Caicedo. Who else is there? Rodri, Caicedo. Would you classify Gravenberch as a 6? Nah, big up, coach. Big up, coach. Big up, coach. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Big up. Rodri, Caicedo, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, one of them two has to be in there without shadow of a doubt. Damn, they're actually quite decent number sixes. Just depends on your preference. Let's just put it that way. I cannot put Rice in the 6 because he doesn't play for Arsenal in the 6. He is a 6, but he plays in the 8. That for me is the other thing. The center backs are Gabriel, Saliba, Gehi, Van de Ven, Van Dijk, Murillo, or Senesi. That is a toss-up. We need 3 number 6s, technically. 3 teams, 3 6s. Yeah, see, Bruno Guimaraes or Tonali. Who is more of a 6? Because they both do a phenomenal job in those spots, just circulating and everything going around. That for me is the next one. Three number 6s, 3 CDMs. And also, I technically could be swayed, maybe trying Bruno Guimaraes in the 8. Or Tonali in the 8. In which universe Bruno Fernandes is a number 6? First things first. In which universe Bruno Fernandes is a number 6? Just question for the audience. Just putting it out there. Gravenberch, Caicedo, Rodri. So, Tonali and Bruno. Are we putting Tonali and Bruno? Are we classifying them as 8s? Are we classifying them as 8s? Bruno and Tonali. Because one of them 100% should be in the team, minimum. As nuts as it sounds. Yeah, Bruno is an 8. Bruno, we'll get to those positions. We'll get to them, obviously. But what are we saying about Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes? Guimaraes, Caicedo, Rodri. Anfield, you're ready to give up Gravenberch for Guimaraes? The question for you. Gravenberch and Caicedo 100%. So are we taking Rodri out of the team despite that he just won the Ballon d'Or last year? Well, this year. No, last year. And everything. Obviously, he's been injured a lot, but yeah. 3 6s, it's a very... Big up, Rasta. Big up, Rasta Stocks. Hope you're going well. Hope you're doing well. If you have a second, you can jump on. We are having a nice debate. Let's just put it that way. We're having a nice debate. If you want to, you can jump on. Just shout me and I will send you a link. Subscribe to Rasta Stocks, by the way, people. So are we really going to go with this? Rodri last season won the Ballon d'Or. Are we going with this? Are we going with this? Caicedo, Gravenberch, and Bruno Guimaraes? We going with these sixes? Technically sixes. They're not playing like sixes, but you know what I mean. Are we going with these? Gravenberch Premier League kind of form right now. Yeah. So where do we put Tonali then? Or do we not put him in the teams? Let's just put it that way. Happy with that. Okay, cool. So number 8. Number 8. Who we are putting in for number 8? So what we are saying for number 8, CMs, technically CMs. Number 8. Rice. Wait. Rice. Rice. I'm just thinking about the players we have. McAllister has to be in there. I think McAllister is one of the most underrated Liverpool players in the team. That's just my personal opinion. I'm gonna be live for about 30 minutes or so still. Half an hour, something like that. Oh, I see. It's all good. All good. Don't no worries. Safe travels and everything. All good. All good. Rice, Tonali, McAllister. Interesting. I think Rice and McAllister should be in there. What's the third one for me? What for you all? Some people are saying Enzo. Some people are saying nice. Rice, McAllister, and Bruno Guimaraes, and Tonali DM. And that was my question before. Who is going number 6? Who is going number 8? Tonali or Guimaraes? Because for me personally, those two alone must be in there. That's just my opinion. But I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know how you feel about this. Bruno could be argument for the 10, never for an 8 for me. That's just my opinion on that. I'm not gonna lie, one of the teams looks hella Arsenal heavy. No, top 3 players per position in the Premier League, and then afterwards we're gonna build the teams of the top 3s basically, just randomly throwing it together because wait, it's gonna look hella weird. But for example, let's just say See, one of the teams looks like this, right? This is how one of the teams look. Right? This is another team. And the third one looks like this, which is hella Arsenal heavy, I'm not gonna lie. I just write them randomly out. I didn't even notice in those terms. Didn't even notice. But yeah. Can we skip cams? But says a Bruno. Number 10, right? For me, it's Eze. Wait, let me go through this because Eze. Yeah, where do we put Palmer? Where do we put, for example, well, Palmer could be a right wing, though. Let's just put it that way. Let's just say Eze, Bruno. I'm not going to put Wirtz in, no chance in hell. He literally has done nothing in the 7 games in Premier League so far. We are not going, we are still on 10s, relax. We are still on 10s. We are still on 10s at the moment. So, argument for number 10, Bernardo Silva, for example. For number 10. Are you down with Bernardo Silva? Bernardo Silva for the 10. The lineup was this actually for the attack. I will put. The lineup looks this actually for the attack. I will put Haaland, Eze, and Bruno. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting, to be honest. We're gonna get to that in a second. Palmer, Bruno, and Sylvia. Who is Sylvia? What is she doing here? Could even put Foden there, but he's a verse like exactly, and that is the biggest issue here. That is one of the biggest issues because at the moment we have Eze, Bruno Fernandes, and the third one is missing a bit. And just going through teams in Premier League, right? Who could we even put in there? For example, Everton, Jack Grealish. Morgan Gibbs White, Lucas Paqueta. Who else is there? There are not that many options, are there? There are not that many options in general. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with this. I'm gonna put Palmer in there. He can be the right wing, and everything, but I think I'm gonna put Palmer in there, definitely. Good one. Badumts. Okay. Right wing spots. Who we are putting for the right wing? Right wing. Yeah, when he was at Wolves, and at the moment it's not looking too great, is it? At the moment, not looking too great. Right wings. So I assume Saka is in there. Salah is in there. And the third right winger. Right wings. Hmm. Palmer is in the 10. So, how do we classify, for example, Antoine Semenyo? Right wing or left wing? I just think about this way. So, Semenyo, Kudus, like I'm just thinking about this, like it's in that regard. We are putting Foden right wing? Really? Phil Foden right wing. Seriously? He hasn't played out and out right wing this season. Last season he played 17 games as a right winger, 15 in the 10. No chance in hell, too early. The Zestava thing is not gonna happen here. Interesting. Right wing, Salah, Saka, and Kudus. Kudus, really? Big at Nems. Right wings. I actually don't know, to be honest, that right wing spot. Are we putting Kudus really in the right wing? Kudus or Foden for right wing? Kudus or Foden for right wing? Kudus. Okay, let's do Kudus then. Oh, come on. Kudus. We can put Foden the other wing if we want to. Like that is up for grabs. Who do you want right wing, Kudus or Foden? And there's a big possibility that then Foden will go to left wing if we put Kudus right wing, but if we put Foden right wing, Kudus is staying out of the team. Which one do you prefer? To be fair, Foden is better on the left, so we can put Kudus. Yeah, that's my thought process as well. That is my thought process in all of this as well. Okay. Left wings. So I assume left wings will be Semenyo, Foden, and Semenyo, Foden. United. So argument for Gordon is there, for Mitoma, although I don't think Mitoma is it. So What are we saying about Justin Kluivert, for example? There's no chance I'm putting Martinelli in there as well. No chance in hell. Justin Kluivert. Where are we sitting on Justin Kluivert? In all of this overall, let's just put it that way. Yeah, exactly. He can play all across, and that's why I'm asking about him. That's why I'm asking about him, exactly. Because currently for the left wing, we have Semenyo and Foden. We have Semenyo and Foden for the left wing, right? We need another left wing. Justin Kluivert, right? Let's check this while we can. So far this season, he has played not that much. Let's look at last season, Justin Kluivert. 31 games in the 10 mostly. Yeah, he plays quite a bit in the 10. Relax. Relax. We are still on the left wing. Yeah, I know he's mostly right. Exactly. I know. I'm just talking about Justin Kluivert in general. Semenyo, Foden, and so we are going with Gordon on the left wing, or what? No chance in hell. Only left winger I would have accepted for the left wing, right, from Liverpool, if he was still here, would be Luis Diaz. Kluivert, Semenyo, Foden. Kluivert. So no Gordon? So no Gordon? Big up AFC always, but we need to go on a winning run, and now not in January or February. Let's get as much. Exactly. We arguably need to go unbeaten till the end of the year. You definitely could make that argument very strongly. I'd rather have Mitoma than Martinelli. Semenyo, Gordon, the third up. So Foden not anymore? Because we have Foden and Semenyo as a locked already. Because you all voted for Semenyo and Foden to be the left wings. We are debating the third one right now. Now people don't want Gordon. Chiesa is off the bench. He doesn't count. Big up Luke. Big up Van Persie. I'm very much a Man City fan. Big up Turkey. Big up Turkey. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Love the profile picture as well. Chiesa is a bench player. Relax. Knowing our Turkey will play Havertz in the 10. Bro, don't even. He might actually play him in the midfield, in the 8. If Rice gets injured, right, he might play him in the 8. You can see that as well. So we are putting Gordon, right, as the third. We are putting Gordon as the third, right? No, definitely not. Don't like Doku. Frimpong. Okay, striker should be pretty much straightforward, isn't it? It's Haaland, Isak, and Haaland, Isak, and who is the third striker? Because for me, the third striker, people will say João Pedro. I 100% can guarantee you someone will say Chris Wood. People would argue for Watkins, even though he hasn't had a hot start this season. He's done nothing in the Premier League. He's done nothing in the Premier League. Also, no. So we have one vote for Chris Wood. We have one vote for João Pedro. At the moment, at least. Right? Now we have one vote for Watkins as well. So we have the three potentials. Watkins has shown been consistent most times. Yeah, the only issue with Watkins is that this season he's been struggling. Besides that, he's been crazy. So what we're saying, okay. So this is what we have on the cards. Wait. So basically, wait, I misclicked, my bad. So what we are saying, who else is there? Quite a few options, to be honest. Newcastle, Brighton, Villa, Leeds, Fulham, Brentford. Trent Larson, oh my goodness. Although Trent Larson is actually a decent striker, I'm not gonna lie. He's actually very decent. Let's go on goals scored this season for our third striker. If Wood is there, so is there Ikatika. No chance in hell. Tesco bags, he can F off. Mateusz Cunha, Isidore, the Sunderland guy. Could be argument, but not enough time. 6 games, like nothing. Who else is there? Burnley, Wolves, Brentford, Fulham, Villa, Brighton, United, Everton, Chelsea, Palace. Yeah, technically have the best players we can get. If Benjamin Tesco scores the winning goal at Anfield, I will buy a Tesco meal deal. Oh, there we go. There we go. United fans in the chat, come on. Hold him to his word. Clip this up. Which striker we are going as the third striker? Muniz. I think still Mateta, Pedro, Watkins, Wood are all better. Evan Nilsson as well is a decent shout. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely a decent shout. Came from Porto, doing at the moment that, although he has 1 goal, damn, he's like struggling. Mateta. So I think, like, for me, it's basically it's Mateta, it's João Pedro, Watkins, and Chris Wood. Obviously, if we go by recency bias, it's Wood, Watkins, or Mateta. Because João Pedro has done obviously good for Brighton. He has done some good things for Chelsea, helped them win the Club World Cup, but it doesn't affect him that much. So technically, it's between these 3. Who are we taking as the third striker? Because some of them are actually carrying the teams already, and some of them are gone missing as well at the moment, so it's a bit of a missing one. Watkins, Maguire. Relax. So people saying Mateta. I guess Mateta it is. Mateta it is. Like, these teams look hella weird, I'm not gonna lie. So, people. It's looking very interesting. Let's just put it that way. Because we decided not to. So here is one of the teams. This is one of the teams. Thoughts? Yeah. We can transfer some players between the teams without shadow of a doubt. 100% we can transfer one, two players between the teams we can transfer definitely. Without shadow of a doubt. This is one team. Hella Arsenal influenced, I'm not gonna lie. 6 players from Arsenal, but hey. This is one team. Now, this is another team. This is the second team, technically. This is the second team. Relax, Anfield. Seriously, relax. Van Dijk is not as bad as you're portraying him out to be. Yes, he's been suspect, but you cannot be like that. Well, that's your problem, because majority of the chat voted that Van Dijk should be on the list. This is the second team. Basically. This is the second team. Yeah, you could. Obviously, there are some differences and everything, but definitely. The third team looks quite shambolic to some extent. I'm not gonna lie. This is the third team, and it looks hella suspect. Midfield might be good. Defense is the one issue that's bothering me in general. I'm not gonna lie. Why? Why would you love watching that third one? Why? Yeah. Exactly. He's useless defense. He's awful defensively. Yeah, I don't know what to make of the third team. It's interesting. Exactly. The front three on number 3 is entertaining. Make one attack of Kudus, Salah, and Haaland. It's impossible. Two of them play left wing and right wing. It's impossible. It's impossible because Salah plays right wing and Kudus plays right wing, and at left wing I'm not gonna put Kudus in. It kind of doesn't work like that. But yeah, the first team looks very decent. I'm not gonna lie. The first team looks very decent. Second team as well looks very, very, very solid, to say the least. I'm not gonna lie. And the third team is the one that looks the most suspect. Let's just put it that way. The third team looks the most suspect. Let's just say it as it is. So it is a bit different. But yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. It was a fun stream. It was something different for the day, something different to do, to chat and talk. But overall, yeah. For today, I think I'm gonna shut the stream down. I'm gonna go relax, chill, have a nice Monday evening. So big up people for being here. Have a nice evening. Enjoy life without football as much as possible, even though it is hard. I'm not gonna lie, but there's definitely something to watch. But for today, I'm gonna be signing off. So if you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Have a nice evening, and hopefully gonna see you all tomorrow. Peace.